Hello and welcome. I'm Angela of Stamping Beauty in Christchurch, New Zealand. Today I'm sharing with you how I created this card for the Be Inspired blog hop. All the products I'm using today will be listed in the description box below and can be purchased via my online store. And if you live in New Zealand and would like a copy of the latest Stampin' Up catalogues, please contact me. I'd love to send them to you. So let's get started. I'm using a layer here that I'm going to just colour in here, and I'm using a blending brush and balmy blue ink. And what I like to do with this is tap it onto here and then into the lid so that I don't waste any ink, because if I pop it on here I'm wasting it, but I can pick it up again from the lid. And then I just want to go in light circular motion on here, and sometimes you can get a little bit of a blob, so what I tend to do is try and start somewhere that's going to be covered. So I'm going to be putting my sentiment there, so I'll just start here. You don't always get a blob, just sometimes, and then just work my way up to where I want my ink to be. So I'm just sort of working up along the page. Pick up a bit more ink. It does take a little bit of time, but I do think it's a good idea to be a little bit patient, because I found sometimes when I've got a little bit impatient, that's when I end up with a blob, which is a little bit annoying. And then when you end up with a blob, quite often have to start from scratch. If you're worried about getting ink on your fingers, sometimes I find just getting a little bit of scrap paper, just holding it on that way, and just spreading that out just to blend it in a little bit. It also works its way into the paper, into the cardstock, so over time it will sort of even out the colour a little bit too. So that's probably, just go out here a little bit more. It's probably okay. And as I say, it will develop the colour over time. Then I've got these gorgeous little white butterflies, and they are from the Beautiful Butterflies bundle. So I've gone ahead and cut some, so you don't have to watch me die cut them all. But I'm just going to pop them on here. So what's great about this set is there are two butterflies that size and the two body parts as well. So that when you're cutting multiples, it does help. That through. And just find that pointy end on the Take Your Pick tool. It's really handy for getting it off the die and just getting out the little die cuts. So I've got one there, one here, and then I've got these body pieces, one body piece and another one tucked in here. Just get rid of all that off to the side. Then what I want to do is adhere these to the middle, so I'm just going to put a tiny little bit of glue there, and then just pop that on there, and just need to give it a minute or two to adhere before I start adhering them to the front. Then what I like to do is sometimes I just adhere about 3 bits of scrap cardstock to a sizes about 5mm on both sides, smaller than my card front, and just adhere that like that, and it just gives you a really nice solid backing, and instead of using a gazillion dimensionals, but also it's just a nice flat surface and it's not too high. That's going to go on there. Get that nice and even. See, I'm not sure if that's showing up, but there's a little bit of the blue ink there. Sometimes I ink it first and then trim it down. I didn't on this, but I find just an ordinary rubber. Just rub that along there. Just takes that off. Doesn't really matter too much. So it's a little bit of interest, but yeah, if you don't like that, you can either try not to go near the edge or start with a bigger piece of cardstock and then trim it down. So next what I'm going to do is start adhering my butterflies. So what I'm going to do is put just the mini ones on the back, and I want them to look like they are floating and fluttering along. So I'm just going to pop one in the middle and then just give them a gentle sort of tilt up. Of course, if it's going in the post, and here are the other ones I created, it is going to flatten out, but if it's not, and sometimes when I give a gift, I try and coordinate the card with the wrapping paper, and then just tuck this under the ribbon so I don't pop it in an envelope. It just makes it look pretty. Adds to the, you know, the decorativeness on the wrapping paper or on the gift. So take all those backs off. Then I just want to sort of adhere them like I have on this one, so that they're coming down the card or up, depending which way you started. It is easier when you've already made a card, you can use that as guidance, but if you haven't, I tend to just pop them on before I take the backs off so I can jiggle them around. And this last one down here. The trouble is too, if you pull them off, like I'm just going to show you, sometimes it takes a bit of the colour off, so you just need to be a little bit careful of that. And that one there, so that's all the butterflies down. And then the sentiment, I've got this gorgeous Thankful For You sentiment, which is out of the Greetings for All Mix and Match ephemera pack, and I just found it fabulous. I've dined out on these for absolutely ages. They're just fabulous. So sometimes, and it just makes creating a card that much quicker because it's already done for you. And what I'm hoping, I'm just going to pop 2 dimensionals on top, because it's just so that they'll glide over the butterflies that are already there. And then I'm just going to pop this, take it up from there and about there, and I'm thinking just those dimensionals under the middle part should be enough to, I mean, you could if you wanted under there, but I think it's going to stay put. Then I've added some of these little white sequins, and these are the purple adhesive back sequins. These are a current celebration offering, and really sprinkled these around, one up there. I have used the smaller ones, but I think on this card, the otherwise I'm going to end up with a whole lot of large ones left over. Just wind this up a little bit. These are brilliant for scooting your sequins around. Just pick it up and pop it on. And another one over here. And then the pink ones are these pink ones here, and these are from the Blooming Pearls. I love these too, they're so pretty. I just added a nice little touch onto these cards with the blue. And more up there. It does save thinking about it when you've already made a card, because sometimes that's the thing that takes the time, is where to put everything. But there we have it. So all done. So I hope you enjoyed that. Thanks for watching, and I hope you enjoy hopping around all the Be Inspired blogs and seeing what everyone's done. Thanks, and see you again soon. Bye.